Hi, this is Armando with the Boxing Corner. I haven't seen the other second fight. I wanted to see the Lucian Bute versus Denis Grachev. Um, Very hyped fight in a sense of where does Lucian Bute, go from here? He had a heavily he had a fight against obviously Carl Froch to where he pretty much was dismantled within I think 4 or 5 rounds if I don't remember what round it ended in, but it left a lot of people wondering. Lucian Bute had a ton of title defenses. I think between 2008 to last year or earlier this year, if my facts are correct. Um, I didn't think Froch was going to even do what he did to Lucian Bute. Is it a testament to how great Froch is, or how kind of a facade Lucian Bute was? One way or another, Froch got the win, a massive win, obviously in England. Bute is accustomed to fighting in Montreal, in Canada for the most part. But against Denis, want to see how he would recover after his first loss. Um, the fight was a fight. It was a hard, tough fight for him. It was a fight that a lot of rounds were back and forth, and for the most part, I had first round was real tight. It could have gone to either guy. I gave it to Bute. Second round was a Bute jab fest. Gave it to Lucian. Third round was Lucian. In the middle round between the fourth and the seventh, I think Denis was definitely on the upswing. He was roughing up Lucian. He was walking him down. Lucian, I have no idea why he was against the ropes, but he was in a lot of those rounds. He was trapped against the ropes, and that's like kryptonite. You can't do that, especially Lucian Bute, from what Froch did to him against the ropes. And between after that, it was kind of back and forth rounds, all the way leading up to a very, very spectacular showing from Lucian Bute. Very impressed. I was like, why wasn't he doing this earlier? He was fighting with confidence. You can tell he was a little bit cocky. He was showing off. He was countering Denis like it was like fucking like he can see through it. Like he can see as it was happening before Denis would throw. I mean, Denis would throw and he'd catch him with an uppercut. He'd catch him with a right or a left, or he was almost like, why isn't this Lucian Bute that's showing up in round 12 a constant in every one of his fights? For the most part, I won't say he was running, but Denis was definitely walking him down throughout the fight. And I kind of had it a fucking draw, to be honest. It was a draw, but a lot of the rounds were very suspect to where they're like, dude, it could have been really anybody's round. But yeah, I mean, is this a testament to how good Denis is, or how the mighty have fallen, so to speak? The thing with Lucian, while everybody in the Super 6 was getting great exposure and great experience, Froch, obviously Abraham has had a resume in the middleweight, but he moved up to super middleweight. Regardless, Abraham, Ward, and Froch definitely benefited from the Super 6. They got a lot of great experience and world level experience. Obviously, Kessler's already been at the world level. Jermaine Taylor has been there. Durrell, whatever. Regardless, while all these guys were fighting each other, Lucian was kind of from the outside looking in, kind of licking his chops, wondering, hey, when this is all said and done, I'm gonna fight the winner of this guy. He fought the runner-up, and he got demolished. Now, it's so easy to pick on Lucian because of the Froch fight. Froch obviously is a tested fighter, whether you like him or not. I like him. I like Froch. I like Ward too. I think I like Ward more. I like his style more. But regardless, people like to batter Lucian Bute because of that fight, and hey, it's the truth. He got beat real bad against Froch. But coming off his loss from there, wasn't really that good of a showing. But I mean, a lot of fighters in boxing, when they lose, they have a hard time of trying to build their self-esteem back. I mean, I think of it when Cotto lost to Margo. You know, he had a little bit. I think he fought Cloudy, but especially after Pacquiao, you know, they matched him up. He moved up. He fought Yuri Foreman, Mayorga, and a little bit some a banged up Margarito. But he had to build his confidence back up. Some fighters can bounce back from a loss and come back like a fucking raging bull, and some have to deal with it a little bit more difficult. Um, Pacquiao lost to Morales. He came back and he beat Morales down, and in the third fight, I mean, he really beat down Morales. Um, I mean, there's countless, you know, stuff like that of where fighters bounce back, fighters don't, or fighters take a little while longer to build up. Now, I think the 12th round from Lucian Bute is kind of what he should do. He should counter, stay in the middle and counter, stay in the middle and counter. That's where he works best, as you can see what he did against Denis in that last round. But Lucian, I think, give him, I wouldn't say give him some soft opposition, but build his confidence back up. You know, build him up as a fighter. Think of it as somebody who is, well, a boxer obviously, but think of it as a vehicle that's hit the fucking wall, you know, and racing. You gotta build that vehicle back piece by piece. You know, you can't just fucking put new tires on it and the motor's kind of jacked up and fucking you gotta build that race car up back little by little. You know, if the tires are blown out and the fucking front end's fucked up and you got a water pump that's shitty, you know, and it's overheating, you don't just put new tires on there and just expect it to run and expect it to compete. You gotta build the motherfucker back up. So that's what Lucian Bute needs to do. Build him up so that he can have that confidence to go out there and fight the Wards, the Abrahams, the Stieglitz, the whole super middleweight division. He has a lot of people he can still fight. The super middleweight division is still open to him. He's a big draw in Canada. He can bring guys over here. That's where he fights the best. Obviously, it's hometown. But yeah, I mean, just give him some time. After this fight, is he ready for Froch? No, he is not ready for Froch. Give him a couple of fights, another fight or two. Let him look good. Let him build his confidence up. Then yeah, I think he will do something against Froch, depending on how good he looks against the next fight or the next couple of fights. You know, give him a year down the road. Maybe let him fight sometime in February, March, and then sometime late in the summer, and then maybe fight Froch in the end. But I mean, Froch isn't gonna wait around for this guy, from my opinion. But I was talking more about Froch and Lucian than I was Grachev and Bute. But one way or another, Lucian, a little bit of rough around the edges. He got the win, and we'll see where he goes to next. Is he gonna take the Froch rematch? I really don't know. Should he? No, not yet. What should he do? Take a couple of fights, then fight Froch. But yeah, man, this video is long as hell. One way or another, whatever. You know, this is Lucian Bute now. You're only as good as your last fight. So, alright, this is that's pretty much it. This is Armando with the Boxing Corner, and I'll see you next time.